Welcome back to Factorio, building the Hyperbase. So, I have just been doing a little bit of skirting around, and it looks like I've lost all my bots again, and doing some calculations on here. I've added in green science because I was trying to come to nice numbers with the total of green and the total of red between purple and blue, and then I added in green for it to try and make some sense, and it kind of doesn't really. So if you add up, okay, purple needs 24, green, blue needs 25, so that's 49, and green science needs 5, so you're up to about 55 by the time you've done all the roundings. Then we go off to our let's just let these guys get on board. But basically you go off to one of these circuit patterns. Oops, let's just get that up and use our little friend. Oh good, I don't have to actually travel there. That's probably my mistake. So in that collection I can make 29,000. So 2 lots of those are enough for all the circuits, for all the green circuits for purple, blue and green science. However, do you think red circuits will cooperate with me? Red circuits needs 14 for purple and 5, 7, so basically 19 going on 20. Green of course none, so about 20,000 red circuits. And if we have a look at what one of these builds does, $7.1. So we need 3 of these. We only need 2 of these, but we need 3 of these. So basically I'm going to build 3 of these, 1 of these, and 1 that's just half width, which should be slightly more efficient for the bots. So that's circuits. Then if we look at steel, steel. So steel 28,572 plus 4, so it's about 32,000 if we include the steel for blue. Actually, we've already done some of the purple steel, haven't we? We have done the steel already for the engines, which is these engines. So that's it's not a lot of steel, it's only 1,400. The bulk of it is the steel for these things. Which actually that number has not been rolled up into that number. So it is still 28,000, okay. Yes, that's just the steel for those. 28,000. Alright. 28,000, and then there's another 4,000. 32,000. 32, 100. 32, basically 700. 32,700. Now, steel. So these things make steel. Oops, they're not doing it at the moment though. Let's go over to the one over here that's doing it. 32,000. So Control N for our max rate calculator. We get 2646.3 from each of these. 2646. So times 4, that's 10,500 for each one of these collections. 3 of them would be, well, times 3, I don't have to do it in my head, 31,752. I don't think 3 is quite enough somehow. Okay, minus 28,572 and minus 4082. Yeah, minus 900. So we're short. We need an extra, we need basically 13 of those steel builds, which is awkward. And how much stone do we actually need? Stone is for the furnaces. We need 28,000 stone brick. Which is 47,000 stone a minute. Wow, that actually needs 104 furnaces to do that. Gee, that's another number that's awkward for me. Awkward and unfortunate. Maybe choosing 8,000 wasn't a good number to run with, or maybe I've just got the wrong size trains. $104 furnaces. I mean, we could make it particularly long, being 26 long, so it's only one stack. Yeah, that works. We have got the right calculation, haven't we? 12 beacons, yes. I guess that's what we're going to have to do. 47,000 stone a minute though, that's a lot. Alright. I think, so, I mean, the other thing is, it's not just the number of machines and so on we need, it's where do we fit them all in around here. So we need the stone and the steel and a whole bunch of red circuits to come into here. And we need green circuits to come in here, as well as lube. Lube can park here or something. That's fine. I'm not so worried about the lube just yet, but I mean, we will have to be. So we need circuits in there, which is why I had to start doing this. And we need all these other things in here. The only stone that's around here is this one. So it's probably going to have to run north-south. Does this max rate calculator work on these guys? Nope. It does not. Where am I? I'm over here. Let's go over to the stone, which I think is in this direction. Yes. Okay. Let's see how this looks. It doesn't look good. I think if I put 8 wagons here, my sorry, locos, my 20 is going to be too long for this, but I don't really have a choice. unless unless I force it on here, maybe. There's no other obvious stone around, is there? What's that? Nothing. We're about to finish mining productivity 72, so it's taken me a bit of time, all of these ponderings that I've done between episodes. This keeps getting built out at a nice rate, which is great. Well, there is one other thing that you can do, and that is let's go and get some trains. Let's get some these guys. Let's set up what we can set up. Maybe get some beacons, maybe get some modules. Let's do something a bit different. What are we trying to pick up at the moment? Just some basic stuff. Okay, let's start off with 8. Wagons, 20. Miners. Let's start off with, say, 100 miners. Make sure we're not... Oh, we are auto-trashing, that's no good. 100 miners. I really should make this more of a make everything. There's a lot of things it's not making at the moment. I got 200 beacons in there. I don't know how many I need, but 200 is a start. Do we have any modules over here or not? Nope. None. Okay, well that's good, because I didn't really want there to be. At this point, I was hoping we'd be out of modules up there, and we are. So it's doing what I want it to be doing. Where are we? We're not where I want to be. Over here. There we go. Modules. I think I just want speed modules. How many do I want? For 80, 240, 250. Won't take it very long to refill that, I should think. Okay, so let's... oh, I don't have any rail. That is one other thing that I could do with some of. Some rail. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 600 rail. Probably all the stuff that I put into storage, so it's not going to build anymore. So we've got that 9.4k of stone that's getting in the way. And let's do another level. Now the other question is, am I going to be able to make it to mining productivity 100 before I actually have our basic stuff up and running? It's a very good question. Like our basic science before, I mean, not using this science, you know, that's what I'm trying to say. I think the mining productivity may well win, because everything I try and do in this just takes longer than I expect it to. If it was a race to 100, for example. Maybe I should make it 200. I think I'd be safe with 200. Yes, it is over here. Somewhere. There it is. Okay. You can swap. Now, while we put these guys down, yeah, see, we've got holes here. So, what we can do is go back to fast armor. Goodness grief. It's only 2 wagons, which is really unfortunate. I mean, if it was barely half the length. Like, I could put it this way instead, if that helps me in some way, but I don't think it does, so we'll leave it as it is. What I'm thinking is we might start looking at what this looks like. Now, I don't know that we are fully ready for this yet, but I didn't allow for all the beacons as well, I think. This is going to be difficult, isn't it? So now what I'm expecting is, with our current mining productivity, this is not going to go particularly well. Okay? And yes, I could have easily picked up more speed modules, but I just didn't. And the other thing is, we're going to have to make 2 stops. So we won't just be stopping up there, we will also be stopping there. 2 stops. That means these 2 will be further back, they'll get to be filled. And then we fill the rear ones. Let's get the rest of those beacons. Not the beacons, we've got enough beacons. I'm lost. No, can't be that close. Must be further up. I tell you, I need that GPS mod. Yes, alright, I make mods, so maybe I should just make it. Now if I was clever I would have counted how many I need, but I didn't, so it says full already. Let's get another 300. Let's get another 400 to make sure we've got enough. We must have, because the biggest consumers surely were the miners. We're actually tall and narrow rather than spread out everywhere. I think. Where is it? There. Okay. So yeah, I've probably way over allowed for these guys. But don't worry about it. That's not going to work because I need it everywhere anyway. Interesting. I guess as long as they are all covered, that's all we worry about. We need this to extend down a bit, enough to cover at least 2 cars. Like so, because I'd like it nice and straight when the train pulls up into the first station. And that's basically how you do direct oh, no, it's not the whole thing. What we need to do now is very, very important when it comes to direct mining. That's not for the power, that's for the green wire. So, if a train is there, or here, which we'll get to in a second, what we want to do is... Ah, damn it. I have to click on every single one of these. I suppose I could always blueprint a section and just copy it down. So what we want to do is enable disable. Who cares about reading resources? The enable condition is the value t is greater than 0. What's that? Excuse me. That's no good. We need to copy that condition across them all first. You can go in there. Okay. Where am I? I'm right there. There we go. Just get my keys confused at times. So, what this is, so up here, the stations, not centre train, read stop train T. This will give the train ID, which you can see over here when I hover over the train ID 5431. When read stop train means give me the train ID and set it to T. So we'll get a T value from here, which is connected to here. And we'll do the same thing in this one, read stop train T. So regardless of which one of these it's stopped at, we'll get a T value that then goes on the signal, and then this should be obvious now if T is greater than 0, because it will be, because you can't have negative IDs, you can only have positive ones. So we enable or disable when we have a train stopped. We enable. This is the enable condition. So we enable when we have a train stopped. The rest of the time these are put on quiet, because it turns out that some of these don't even look like they're going to be emptying in to the trains properly. So we may have to rip the whole lot out and start again. That one looks useless. Alright, screw it. Let's do that. So yes, why do we want to disable them? Well, apparently, now I haven't done these tests myself, but apparently when they're next to rails, they will not go to sleep, which uses UPS. So by putting them that's how we want it, I think. And I don't think we've got room. No, we don't have room for a beacon in between those, so we'll just have to run with that. But that should be fine. So that is good. Do we still have the condition? No, we need to be connected for starters. Oh good, we can reach. Yeah, it's gone. T is greater than 0 is when you enable, and we don't need the other condition. You don't want to carry stuff that you do not need. Does not help you. Okay. Now we're getting the wires for free, which is just as well, because when you rip these things up you lose the wires, and they do actually cost a tiny amount of resource. Now if I did it like this, I'd have to add interconnecting wires, so that's why I am going back over the one that I have just done. And we need to, no, not just one at a time. You can get rid of the whole lot at once. Thank you very much. This way. Is that? And when they're about opposite, which I guess is best about there, let's slap that down. And I think I'll connect the green wire at the top end to bridge between them. Oh, and we didn't put modules in before we started copying, so that was a bit lame of us, but never mind. Yeah, you need wire from there to there. Now they'll all pick up on that signal, so now we just need to... Oops. Yeah. Oh, we can put our legs back in. I think. So there is a direct mining into the train system, and everywhere where we're not quite long enough to fill our full train, we will have to do this dual stop business when we convert everywhere to it. But that should be a substantially lower UPS profile than bots into the train. So if that's where we end up, what we've got to work out is where we are going to process everything. Probably somewhere here. Keep it as far, because where do we go next for like blue science, and then red and green is kind of the question. If we're producing all these materials for all the sciences over this way somewhere, sort of probably, that's not good, probably blue should be like here. You come out of there and you just go straight into blue. And then you wrap out of blue into green, and then you go to red, and then you go into lab, something like that. I think that's not a bad idea, actually. I might even commit that so that I leave myself enough space. So if we're doing that sort of thing, maybe I need to get that sorted before I worry about this, if we're doing the reverse order of things. Because really, once we start going down, red and green are not going to take very much time at all. So we're starting to get to be very close to, you know, running and getting some benefit of all this stuff that we've laid down and we keep paying the power price for. This isn't even connected to power, is it? No. Hell mod, so I don't have to break my brain. Blue. $143, good grief. Why are you so many? So purple. Well, it's because purple is 2. Yes, I should know that blue is going to be a problem. 143. Now, here's the other problem with blue. Not really. I guess see, if we took the $28,000, so that's the combined of these two, 32,000. So I'm just trying to work out, so if we've got, like, a line is at least 20, so typically we'd have 80, more than 80, because I mean it's about 23 that we get comfortably, 22 say, so 88, so that's about 176. So that plus that, I wonder if I can test how much that one is. This game, I tell you. Okay, 1, 2, 3, 4. Can you do that on these? You can, okay. do we have problem up here? Um, 28. I want 28. I just have to do this one separately. Add a recipe. 28,572 per minute. 28,572. $22 of them. So when we come over here and see that it says you need 25 in total, we know that that's not quite right. We actually need 22. So 17 is 160, 22 is 182. Which means 182, 184 would probably work. 184 divided by 2 is 92 divided by 4 lanes, 23 per lane. So yes, if we made blue science 2 blocks of 23 width, we'd be in business with this made locally and with these shipped in. How wide is this one? Never the best way to do this. 23, perfect. And how many products are we going to need? So red, these, and what do we need for electric mining drills? Green, red and green, engines and iron. Red, green, engines, iron. Red, green, engines, iron. That's 4 products in. The red amount is a trickle, as is the engines. I wonder if I could have the train that supplies the red go and pick up engines, so it only half fills with red when it's for blue science, and then half fills with engines and then goes in. That might be a good idea. We don't even need a half filled train of red science. They stack to 200. Oh, that's 4,000. That's 80,000. That's like 16 minutes worth. Whereas engines stack only to about 50. So we couldn't make it very even if we did that. I need my train controller really, So it's 5 really, isn't it? 1, 2, 3. 1, 2, 3, 4, and the blue itself, 5. Gee. That's even worse than purple science. Not purple science. Which one? This one. That's even worse than this one, which has 4. We have to go 5. I think we have done 5 before though. We did it up here. 1, 2, 3. No, we only did 4 because we put the others on the outside. And just said, to hell with it. This pattern is not going to work unless you extend. Oh, that's LDS. That's not what. This is the one I was looking for. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. There you go. 5. Now, is it 23? Right. Okay. That's the one that we want then. Probably lose some of this stuff out here. And lose all of this stuff here. Right. Where are we? We're up there. Okay. The sooner I get out of this plane, probably the better. Just put that down. And Vinny Zoom to the rescue. Now, what I think is I will aim all of these up in the beginning, but the science will probably head down. But the others need to be able to get out, so we probably need them down about there. 1, 2. Map. Blue. Alright, can't see that particularly well, but that's what it is. So this should be able to get in there. These should... Oh, I'm a little unhappy with that now. Control... Let's come in a bit. We might have to give ourselves more space. Because purple science so we've got that, and over here am I going to have them all converge out together or separate? Let's just see what it's going to look like if it was separate. That's way too close. Oops, something like that. yeah, this length here. Up to where exactly, it's hard to know. I don't even have the thing on it, which is probably just as well. So this is just an indicative gauge, really. We need that much space for the end, and the same will apply over there. So, where does that leave us? If we want to, we could probably put smelting anywhere here, as long as we're prepared to kind of come under. And up here. And right about now, it's the rail that I need more than anything else. Or maybe it's my plane, which is down there. So that is blue, colorblind boy, blue. That's blue science. And then green here, red here. So a green, what did we decide for green? 72. 72. Oh, this does not have its allocation of those. We can't put them on anyway. Oops. Update. 2.6 megawatts. Wow. Okay, we're down to 5. That's a lot better. We won't be making the green circuits in there. We'll be shipping them in, but this one also can't do those, but it can do those. 3. So we need 80. So green is 20s, columns of 20. I would contemplate doing the green in there as well. Because I bet you if I actually calculate this out, we only need 5 machines for making green. So that just means we bring in copper rather than green from way over yonder. It's bringing in copper a little bit annoying though. Not really. So it's just iron and copper. It's another 5, so it's oh, I'm reading the wrong column. So we're in this column. We've got 72, 82 plus 3 is 85, plus another 6 is 91. 92 divided by 4. Oops, where are we? 92 divided by 4 is 23. So yeah, if we actually do the green circuits in the green science build, that will probably save us quite a lot of effort. So it becomes 23, but we don't need all of this stuff. We instead need something much simpler. We just need 3, which is probably a pattern that we have regularly. Oh, that's not the one we want. 3, 1, 2, 3. If you're 23, sold. I think we've already done this and it was 23, but you know, because I can't remember past 2 minutes ago, let's just do it again. Done. Okay. Tick. UPS still okay. Even with this ridiculously large blueprint open. In fact, let's just put it down. Drop the plane off. We need enough room for this row to... oh, it's got tons of room. Easily. So let's not get too concerned about that. Let's just line these up nicely. Let's go into InfiniZoom, because that makes it nice and easy. Why don't these align? Oh well. That will do. That's going to be green. And I might just quickly clear up trees. Apparently lay down some stuff as well. Minimap. Green. My guys back? Yes, they are. So probably this one will be the one that heads up to where red is. Red could be right here. Although maybe red should be up this way, because that is starting to head back towards science, this stuff, rocket science. I don't mind the rocket science trip being longer because they're coming in such high capacity. I mean, this thing takes 160,000, for example, with just 2 carriages, so yeah, I was going to do this, but we're doing this. This is really good. Okay, now red. Let's work out what we need for red science. You need to add a recipe. Red, we want a total of 8,000. We want it per minute. 534. I don't think so. Let's put those out first. 12 machines. Update, update, and we're down to 60. 60 is one of those awkward numbers. Sort of 15 on each side. No, 30 on each side. It could be a row of about 20 and a row of 10. Or, oh, does it make a difference? No, because we need, sorry, it's not quite right. We need to calculate that one as well. And so it's 65. That makes all the difference. Not really. 65. There's copper about. Just need to get some up there. Vinny zoom. Something like that. Now obviously this is far too many of these, but we'll worry about that some other time. Red. Let's get my plane before I get too far away from it. Over here. Let's get rid of trees before they cause a problem. So what we could do is I guess I need to see how much a smelt stack can process of this stuff, and if we have room for it, or if we have room for two. Doesn't look particularly I mean, there's no reason we can't bring it all the way down here, but there are going to be things needing to feed in down here, so we might be best advised to go down like that. I don't know. Let's go up to like one of the original processes like that and do our Control N. That's 25,000 iron plate per minute. We need 28,000 stone brick. So we might need a few more. I think it said there were 92 machines, didn't it? Um, 92. I'm not sure it does stone at the same rate. Guys, I think we've done enough calculations. You are getting a bit of a pattern now for how this is going to look. Basically, we're going to have a threading science train that goes through here, fills up with yellow, comes through here, fills up with purple, down, well, one of these two for one of these two rather, for yellow, the one for purple, one of the two for blue, into green, into red, into our, oh, look at all this coal in the way, into our labs. Maybe the labs will be here. I don't know how many labs I need yet, but into the labs, and then back around, and into yellow again. I don't know how many trains we need. I don't know how fast these things can fill up. And I don't know exactly how we will be consuming them yet either. So that will have to wait until the next episode. But thanks for joining me for this. Look forward to seeing you in the next. Bye bye for now.